Very cool. Do you have any questions from the audience? We can use this mic here. We can just pass it around.
You talk about like trying to foster talent that's up and coming. So with regards to comics, I read a lot, but I can't read everything. Are there any Filipinos that are in the big two, either writers or artists, or even some of the independents like
Francis Manupo. Francis Manupo.
Flash.
Yeah, Flash and Trinity. He's pretty badass. He's pretty amazing.
And he's one of the full artists. I mean, he even watercolor paints his stuff.
Yeah. And he's also a television personality. He does everything. He was on the History Channel. He did he's a host. He's a writer. He's an artist. Yeah. He's one of those guys.
There are quite a few people now. I mean, as we mentioned, with all of the companies. You could probably just Google it, but let me give you an example of somebody, just to show you the diversity and what we've been talking about, the fearlessness. I can't name him because of a particular part of his job description, which again is vast, as we were talking about. I met him years ago as a comic book artist. Very good comic book artist, and he did Conan type-centric stuff. I find out later on he actually was a concept guy. So he was one of the team that worked on the second phase of the Disney Warlords.
Raphael. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You didn't get his last name, so we're still cool. Okay. So I learned he's a concept guy, right? Then I learned he's a fight choreographer, and he's part of the team with Shimada, with the Born Legacy. Then I find out the reason he's a choreographer is because he's a martial artist. Well, Arnie's comes up. Then I find out he's classified in the U.S. for bladed weapons. Then I find out that he's a trainer of bladed weapons. Then I find out, which is the top secret part, he's a trainer for Team 6, SEAL Team 6. So here you have a Filipino that, in my opinion, in my next military book, I'm not going to be writing about operators, because operators have rules of engagement. Military guys have to follow rules. So that's why they get trained by civilians who don't have to follow rules and therefore can go out there and figure out the new techniques and merge with the new arts that are coming up. And this guy is one of them. So for me, this guy is much more deadlier than a military.
He's pretty amazing.
And he's a nice guy. And he's a nice guy. Nice, quiet guy. I was going to say where he was from, but
I think we have time for one more question. Anybody else have a question? Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear that there are a lot of Filipinos behind the scenes and developing characters, and I'm really excited about Bishop. In my world, we're super excited about Black Panther coming on. So when will we see a Filipino Cajudo? How far are we from seeing that in the industry?
Well, what's interesting is, so one of the versions of Steel, DC Comics, is Filipino. And most people don't realize it. So what's interesting is that there are, they've got to use, the big thing for DC, for example, DC Comics and Marvel Comics, they're both, Disney and Warner Brothers are launching their big streaming services. And people are always, I just had this conversation where they were wondering, why are you doing 3 Joker movies? Why are you doing this? It's like, because you have to populate that streaming service. There's only 2, Titans and Young Justice, and no one's going to pay for it, but they're going to see this entire catalog of Marvel and DC, and so people understand now what's happening now is that we've got to expand the characters, right? Because China, that's why DC Comics created Chinese Superman and Chinese Batman, all these other, because there's legacy characters that are happening. You're going to see, that's why Jason Momoa is Aquaman, directed by an Asian. Well, I mean, he's from Australia, but he's Korean. But you see, so we're probably close to it. It's starting to happen. We're still behind overall as Asians right now. I think Asian women are getting more roles, but at the same time, it's up to us to create material. Again, whether you're, I had this conversation with my friend Kevin Grevious. He created Underworld, and he's always about we make our own stuff. Just create our own stuff. You have to create your own stuff, but make it so that they are characters that are in the universal landscape. Don't make them in a ghettoized version. I'm strictly in the Philippines. I'm saving the Philippines. Make them just all you have to do is take Justice League and put a Filipino in the front. That's it.
Nice.
Right? That's it. Then that's all you have. Right? That's what. It's as simple as that. Make a John Bravo, but then all of a sudden, I'm sure you're going to reinvent it.
Thank you very much. We're really out of time. We have one more thing. So I want to just thank Van Partible, Leo Portacio, and Whilce Portacio.